Woof bitches, welcome to Muttley's Musical Musings, episode 4 of season 2. I have a problem. Hello, my name is Muttley and I am addicted to buying CDs and music. That was very hard. No, it wasn't. So yeah, as you all know, this is part of my quest to own 365 days worth of music and me chatting shit about music I enjoy and encouraging you guys to learn about new bands, discover new music, and just enjoy the journey of life through music. So yeah, this month, I have a problem. I've just done it on average because I lost count after something big. So over 300 albums on average this month, well over 300 if we just classed it as actual albums. I have all of Buckethead's Bandcamp bar one because he's released it since, so I might just buy that today. So over 301, let's just call it that. Added to the collection, and this is just for April alone. 35-ish, give or take. So there's over 30, so there's over one a day of physical copies, which is kind of like, it's going to look nice on the shelf. I've had to buy a new shelf. Haven't started using it, but by the end of May, that will have started to be used with CD purchases. So yeah, that's a lot of music. But there were offers, like Buckethead was 170 quid for over 300 albums. As I've mentioned before, the guy's insane. It's a lot of albums for someone, regardless of whether you were raised in a chicken coop or not. Also, another friend of mine, he linked me up to a Canadian label called Hypnotic Dirge Records, Dirge, and they do, Christ, I don't know what it is, music. It's kind of like death metal, screamo music, whatever you want, black metal, but with like synthesizers and keyboards and orchestras, and it's really nice. I like it. It's something different. My friend said it's kind of niche, but and I kind of agree. But check out Hypnotic Dirge Records. I think most of the bands seem to be from like Europe, because they love the black metal and death metal. But for some reason, and it's donation-based music. As an anti-capitalist, I like that, but I also like people to get their dues under the current economic system. That's another topic, not music. So yeah, but I think it was like 30 Canadian dollars, and you could get like over 100 albums. So between that and Buckethead, I smashed April, and then just started buying CDs, which is my preferred medium. Digital music's all good, but I like having things I can look at. Speaking of physical music and CDs, more on that later. Adam and the Hellcats debut album dropped this month. There'll be a link to their Facebook, there'll be a link to their Bandcamp. There are other ways and means of buying it as well, which I might go into, because you guys can figure that one out for yourselves by going to their Facebook. The Bandcamp should have links to other stuff. I'll have a link to their channel as well, because that's really good. But more on that later. Let's just go through some of the stats for this month. Dio, I added 4 albums, CDs. I've only got 1 to go, and then I've got his whole discography. Or it's the band Dio, not his own personal stuff. Oh, my new partner in crime has just jumped up. I've got a cat. The neighbour's got for me. Dire Straits, I bought a box set of them, so that's their entire discography. Completed it, mate. Done. Budgie, I had 1 or 2 albums come in. Got all of their discography, although there are rumours he might be doing another album. He was discussing that last year, so that would be interesting. He kind of like wants to go out with a bang. And he said, in terms of his final album. And Crimson Glory, I bought 2 more albums of them. They only ever did 4 albums. Sorry, this animal's being a nuisance. So I completed Crimson Glory. Diamond Head, got 2 more albums of theirs, only 1 to go. I can't remember which off the top of my head. And I also got Twister's debut album. They did a live stream, like raising money for keeping our venues alive, and they raised a lot of money that night. But I also bought their album, which fingers crossed, as I haven't been told how much extra it's going to cost to have Warwick Davis hand deliver it wearing his Ewok costume. But that was, have you ever seen that with the websites? They ask for special delivery instructions, so it's like, well, that's special. Surely. That might be why it's taken a while to arrive. No, it's not. It's only been a couple of days, so that's fine. Yeah, anyway, back to Album of the Month, which is something I'm going to try and start doing with my blogs. Adam and the Hellcats debut album dropped 12th of this month. It is incredible. I fucking love it. My favourite song is Cover Band. It's a great one. There's a nice story behind that. If you go on their website and Facebook page, I think they do mention it in one of their videos, which is, I think it's on the Invisible Man show, so there'll be a link to that where he talks about why he wrote that song. I kind of agree with it a lot. I'm not a big fan of cover bands or tribute acts myself. That's not why he wrote it, but that's how I kind of like, that's what I take from it personally. That's what I like about music. So that's a good one. Cider Time. Let's just, yeah, it's all about drinking and having a good time. They're from Bristol, so that kind of makes sense. You know, let's have a nice pint of cider. These guys are playing Cardiff Tramshed on the 2nd of September. So come and see me down the front row. Maybe we can have a pint of cider together. That would be, I don't normally drink it, but special occasions and all. Let's have a pint of cider and enjoy the show. They're touring with Cyteria and the Wild Hearts, and the Cardiff show at least. I know that's kind of a special show. That's raising money for Hugged, which is a Cardiff-based, if I remember correctly. It's a homeless shelter. That's something quite close to my heart. I've made myself homeless in terms of crashing out of mates and sofa surfing in the past, and had the threat of homelessness above my head. So yeah, come to that, and all the proceeds are going towards Hugged. So that's totally worth it. And I think I'll end the show on that note. Come and see me at Cardiff Tramshed on the 2nd of September. Support Adam and the Hellcats, who are supporting Cyteria and the Wild Hearts, and that's a special fundraiser show. So love and sausages. Be nice to each other. Let's turn that off.